welcome to another interesting episode of my program. My name is Blessing Ajay, and today I'll be discussing about the second wife in a marriage and how to deal with the second wife. I know that a lot of us are eager to hear what I have to say, and I know you are gonna enjoy this topic. Now, what is the second wife, and who is the second wife? A lot of women would agree with me that their husbands do have hobbies that they like to engage in. Hobbies such as playing a video game or playing a game on their phones, watching football, and maybe their popular action movies. And sometimes those things that they love to do can steal the attention, and the women feel like they've been ignored. So how do you work with your husband when he has a hobby that he loves to engage in? Some people like to hang out with their friends every weekend, and their wives feel very lonely, but they don't know how to approach the matter. So today I'll be discussing with you what to do when your husband has a favorite hobby known as the second wife. I've made a few research, and I like to pick out the points and discuss with you how I've been able to deal with this second wife in my marriage. Okay, firstly, you have to approach your spouse on the matter. How do you approach your spouse on this matter? You also have to understand that before this marriage happened, your husband must have had favorite things that he was interested in. So because he's married does not mean that he has to throw away all the things that he loves to engage in. But then, excess of everything is bad. Because when you are married, you have a spouse, you have someone living with you. It's very important. Whatever you do, you have to stop and give attention to your wife or to your husband. You can't just binge watch movies, play games, watch football, and ignore the rest of the family. That wouldn't be nice. So we have to do everything and involve people around us so they can all feel happy together. But then sometimes they don't involve you, or they don't invite you, and they just play their games, or they just watch their football, or they just hang out with their friends without inviting you. And you, the woman, you are left feeling so lonely and uninvolved. What will you do in a situation like this? So, first of all, you have to be empathetic. You have to have respect for your spouse's interests and the things they love to do. Know that they are humans and there are things that brings them joy. Aside from being married, there are other things you have to do, like entertainment. So you have to balance your life. When you're in your marriage, you enjoy marriage life, you also have to enjoy wholesome entertainment. And this is going to keep your life going and happy, and also very exciting. So you need to also explain to your husband that you love their hobby and you do not expect them to let it go. But then it feels like they are being obsessed with it and you're feeling lonely. You are feeling left out. Remember, this is supposed to be and should be a very calm and peaceful and respectful conversation. Let them understand that you like to see them happy doing the things that they love. But then you feel that they are being obsessed with it, they are indulging too much. Can they make out some time for you, maybe 3 nights in a week, to spend time with you alone? So that you guys can catch up on old stuff, on memories, on things you like to talk about. I know women like to gist a lot, and sometimes their husbands are not available for this gist, and they end up feeling very lonely. So it's very important to communicate your feelings to your spouse. If you do not tell them, sometimes they don't know. It's just a harmless kind of entertainment, and they just want to, engage in it and be happy. So when you feel that your partner is obsessed with a thing, it's important to respectfully talk to them about it. It's not a time to yell, it's not a time to fight or curse. It's a time to have an understanding and a peaceful conversation. Everything you do in your marriage, you have to be intentional of how you speak with your spouse. For them to be able to agree with you, the way you approach the matter matters in so many ways. And also, you have to make out time for yourself. If you are in a marriage, you have to understand that your partner has something that they are interested in doing as well. It can be just about you alone. You have to find something that is also going to take your attention off a little bit. It could be making out time to spend with the kids when you see your partner is having fun and you feel left out. Okay, I can also find something I like to do. Why not play some video games? And or spend time with your kids, or listen to some music, or do something fun for yourself. Listen, you have to love yourself too. You have to find something fun. Marriage is a very long time, so in between, have some entertainment. Spend time with, maybe call some friends and talk about some old memories and chat. Call your family members. Speak to your mom. That is going to make you feel less lonely. You wouldn't feel like you're left out. I'm telling you, it might not be his intention to ignore you. He's just having fun. And you too. You also have to look for something to keep you going. Because when you're bored, you begin to feel left out. You begin to feel lonely. You begin to feel depressed. You begin to feel like he's not giving you enough attention. But then, everything has to be balanced. A man should know that when you indulge in something too much and you're engaging in it and it's becoming an obsession, it's time to set boundaries and know when to give attention to your family. It's very important. And also, you can learn to share your spouse's hobby. Sometimes I have noticed that the times I shared my husband's hobby with him, we had so much meaningful conversation, and we had fun talking about the game. We had fun talking about the movie, talking about the football. There are some things that your husband likes that you do not like. It could be football, it could be action movies, or you don't like the game he plays. Because you love him, he can also find pleasure in the things that he likes. Rather than feeling ignored or, being so upset with him that he's missing out on maybe helping you out with something and you're being so upset and mad, why not join him in doing what he's doing? Like, what about this movie? Like, what's going on? And you just sit in for a bit, and he tells you what's going on. There is conversation going on. There is communication. You see? You just come in and like, okay, this game, let me play with you. Can I be the second man? And then you guys just play, and you find yourself laughing with each other. You find yourself having meaningful conversation rather than just sitting there and feeling bored and ignored. Find yourself doing what your spouses love to do. If there is something your wife loves to do and you feel she's ignoring you, why not just try to find out this thing that my wife loves to do, this series that she loves to see all the time, that's taking her time. Let me see what's about. And you sit down together and you just watch. You find that whenever you spend time together, instead of being upset, walk up to them and spend time with them. Walk up to them and join them in what they are doing in the activity. And as for some men who always like to hang out with their friends on weekends, leaving their wives at home and feeling bored and lonely, that's a no-no. When you are married, you have to take your wife along with you on trips like, hanging out with your friends over the weekend. You should be able to hang out with your wife or even stay home with your wife. There is nothing wrong with spending more time with your family. I and my husband have come to realize that the more time we spend with each other, the more our affection and appreciation for each other grows. So instead of us spending time with friends, we rather stay home and watch a movie. We rather stay home and play with the kids and talk about how they're growing. Talk about something, make a favorite meal, and we just eat together. So, it brings closeness. Rather than spending more time with people outside, it's best for you to spend more time with your spouse. It's very necessary. And also, there are so many opportunities for deep, meaningful intimacy to be forged just by showing interest in something your husband or wife does. So rather than talking about what they do and it's getting you upset, intimacy can be formed by just, forming some kind of interest in what they do and just looking into it like, what are you doing? Let me see how this works. It shows that you are not just interested in them, as a person. You are also interested in the things that they love. This is going to also help to, solidify the relationship and let your spouse know that you care about the things they love. You care about their happiness. It's very important. So a lot of women have complained their husbands indulge so much, they're engaging in so much playing of games, action movies, football, hanging out with friends. Why not ask him to take you along whilst he's trying to hang out with your friends? Ask him, honey, can I come with you? I'd like to spend more time with you. Maybe I could just sit by you whilst you hang out with your friends. Can I watch this movie with you? Wow, what does it say? And you just join in. Can I play this game with you? But then do not forget to find something that you love to do so that you do not feel ignored. You do not feel lonely. Do something too. Something you love. You could play something by yourself, play a game, listen to music, play with the kids. Now, this second wife in the marriage is a very serious thing. Most people do not know how to handle it. And a lot of women are getting so upset because of this. They feel ignored. In a relationship, the man does not have the time to do the things he loves. All he does is come after you, come after you, come after you until he gets you. Now you are in his home and this is his life. Life has to go on. Now he remembers, oh, okay, I love to do this. I love to do that. Let me do this. Let me hang out with my friends. He has to do those things too. But it's very important to set boundaries. It's very important to create balance in everything that you do in your marriage. Ask yourself, does my wife feel happy about what I'm doing? Am I doing this too much? If I were to be in her shoes, how would I feel? You always have to ask yourself questions before you act. And whatever you do, stop and find out if your spouse is feeling good, because sometimes they may not know how to tell you. They may not be able to approach you. So it's best if you're being intentional about your environment, about your spouse, about everything you do. You have to be your lot. So that's my message for you today, and I'm happy you were able to be part of this program. I'm going to bring on more videos for you that are going to be very educative. All right, see you next time. Bye bye.